Welcome back. You're watching Business Morning on Channels Television. My next guest on the program is Aminu Gwadabe. He's the President, Association of Bureau de Change Operators. As I said at the beginning of the show, we're talking about, aside from oil, developments in the oil and gas industry, we're also talking about developments in Nigeria's foreign exchange market, which has been under pressure for quite a while now. And the Bureau de Change Operators, well, have been accused of being complicit in allowing the rates to run far ahead from what we have at the interbank foreign exchange market up until now. Conversations have been going on, but let's get the president to weigh in on the matter and talk about these developments and other issues in Nigeria's foreign exchange market. Alhaji Gwadabe, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting us.
The last time you were on the program, let's start from there. We talked about why constantly the rates between the interbank foreign exchange market and the Bureau de Change, which are technically supposed to be retail sellers, and well, to try to meet the demands of those who can't access that official market, why it continues to have a wide gap such as this. And on the program this morning and yesterday at the public hearing, the Minister of Finance said it's a speculative bubble that continues to increase that gap. Is it a speculative bubble?
That is true. It's very true. It's a major damaging activity, speculation in the economy. And there is no reason why Nigerians should cherish that activity, because it's damaging. And with the outlook that so far presented this morning, I think the issue of closing that gap between the official and the unofficial market is going to be achieved. If I understand, Nigeria is going to be making savings of about $14 to $15 million daily from the benchmark and the official market of price of crude oil. And two, the consultation going on now in the South-South is also a good development. So if you put all that together, you will see that we don't have issues in getting the liquidity to bring those gaps that the minister is talking about.
So is it to force the federal government's hand that we continue to see the gap between the interbank and the Bureau de Change, because we have almost 100 naira gap between those two markets?
Yes, you see, the issue of volatility in the market, like you said, have started since last year. And no government or regulator want to freely float its own currency. But there are many reasons. One of the reasons is like what the minister have indicated, which is speculative activities. A lot of people don't even need this dollar, but because of perception. $100 and 100 naira, they are the same thing. In fact, it takes 3 times effort to produce 100 naira than $100. But in terms of value, you see that dollar is higher than naira. So it's the perception of Nigerians and the confidence that is really creating this problem. And the outlook for 2017 so far is giving us confidence, and that perception of Nigeria will change. Two, if you look at it, Nigeria is a consumptionist economy. Go to a seaport, you cry. You see people importing plastic waste too, people importing toothpick, people importing toiletries. So these are where some of this money is been going on. And three, people are willing to be keeping dollars instead of this naira because they believe there is no confidence in the naira. But I can assure Nigerians, with this outlook of 2017, there's no need for speculation in the market. And with the arrangement that we are working with the central bank, late last year, we have been allowed to access IMTSO proceed. We're also talking with CBN to open the window for export proceed. That has reached an advanced stage. We also told the CBN there's a way we can attract the foreign investors. The conflict between the regulator and the foreign investor is that they want to come in at BDC rate. And when they want to exist at 305. So we told the CBN, why not to create a special window? Like you have a window for BDC on the IMTS proceed, so that the foreign investor can come on the BDC rate, and if they want to exist, they exist on the BDC rate, just to increase liquidity in the market. Right now, we are getting allocation of about $20 to $25 million weekly nationwide. And if you look at it, that will go to only 5,000 travelers per week. And on the average, we have about 8,000 travelers daily, only in the Lagos airport. So there is still issue of liquidity. But with all this arrangement we are putting in place to assess the export proceed, to assess the foreign investor, I'm sure more and more liquidity is going to come into the market.
You're expecting more liquidity to come into the market.
Right.
And remember that it is not only the Bureau de Change operators that are authorized to actually sell dollars. We actually have Travelex.
Right.
So for those who can't get access dollars from the Bureau de Change operators, they have the option of going to Travelex or waiting to get dollars from the official window. But it still begs the question, why do we still have that gap? If, for instance, the Central Bank of Nigeria is selling $25 million weekly to Bureau de Change operators, then it's expected that you should be able to access it, if not at the amount that is already being sold at the interbank foreign exchange market, but something a little bit more realistic, not trending towards 400 naira per dollar.
Yeah, that's what I call price discrimination of the regulator. I want to disagree with saying price multiplicity that people agreed to be saying. Right now, we have structures of FX rate. There is, yes, about 3 or 4 rates. There is 305 of the CBN, there is 315 for the interbank, and then there is 375 for the IMTOs, and then 381 for the BDCs. These are price discrimination, and they are as a result of the liquidity challenges that we are facing. So I think there is the need for public knowledge and public information. The rate we are buying from the IMTOs is not 305, it's not 315. It's 381. And this source of fund is not central bank funds. It's the diaspora remittances. So these are some of the basic differences that the public should be able to know. And two, we are coming out as an association with a comprehensive campaign, media campaign, where we want to tell the public that just locate any BDCs with their genuine documentation and transact their business at 399 to $1, whereby that BDC charge you higher, reporting is an infraction and you'll be penalized.
Yes, talking about that, we actually got reports that the Bureau de Change operators was going to launch a weekly reference rate. Has that been launched?
It has been launched last week.